Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Happy Monday, June 1st. What do you say? Let's do some fishing today. I think I might do that this morning. In fact, I have a prior arrangement to meet a buddy up on the river, and we're gonna go beat up the water. It's looking a little windy outside, but we'll see what we can do to get through. Um, so yeah, rough weekend. It's been an interesting week. Especially as a Minnesotan, it's been trying times are everywhere right now. What started, I don't know. It's hard to put a start point where a lot of this has started. I'm trying to find my live stream here on my YouTube page. Let's reload this so I can. There we go. That way I can see the chat when we slide over to the bench. Looks like we got Jacob is in the house already. Good morning. Good morning. It's interesting. With all the racial tensions going on right now, I think it's an opportunity for us all to just take a moment and take stock and evaluate, who we are, where we are, how we got where we are, and where we're gonna do and what we're gonna do to move forward. It's I don't know. I've with my being a combat veteran, with my PTSD and my world, quote unquote, world experiences. I feel like I have a little bit of insight into the world, and I've seen a lot of diversity. I've seen different cultures. I know where people are coming from, and I've learned to appreciate all the differences that we all bring to the table. I think if we all were meant to be exactly the same, then uh, life would be pretty boring. But I think we all should be, treated as equals. It's being the fly angler. It's I don't know. The woolly bugger's not better than a clouser minnow. The clouser minnow's not better than a popper. There's different flies for different circumstances. Each fly, each person, we all bring something unique to the table, and we have to love and respect and appreciate each other for our individualities, and that's about all we can do moving forward. What we can just let the past be the past at last, and move forward, better, stronger, braver, kinder, wiser, so on and whatnot. But throughout all this, I don't know. My brain is and my mental state is just all over the place. I grew up in Lansing, Michigan. You know, the incident that happened last night in Minneapolis with that semi truck pulling through that crowd of people. That was literally just outside my old apartments I used to live in when I used to live in Minneapolis. And I don't know. I try to put myself in other people's shoes. I hate to see harm come upon people. I don't even like seeing a fish placed upon a rock, for the picture. It's just love and respect for all. Treat everybody with that dignity and respect that we all deserve. And I think there is a way for us to move forward. Can I fix everything? No. Can I change everything? No. But I can control my own actions. I can control how I respond to my environment, and I find my peace where I can. And for me, my peace is here at my fly tying bench. My peace is out on the water, catching fish, being with nature, as nature's intended. So that's kind of my soapbox speech. It's been a rough weekend. Again, with my PTSD, here we are coming up on 4th of July. Fireworks are starting to go off. I'm hyper vigilant. I'm hypersensitive. Fireworks always scare the crap out of me, but I quickly realized that's what they are. They're just fireworks. I enjoy going to fireworks shows, so I've found that if I can see things and I know things are happening, then I'm a little bit more at peace when things come up. And with protests happening and this and that, I listen to the police scanner. I watch live streams on YouTube. I'm looking at maps. I almost feel like I'm watching, just watching over however I can. But I don't know. Here we are, Monday morning. We've got our coffee. Um, you know, yeah, exactly. Jacob just said, it's just can't ignore it. But keep fishing and stay out of the politics. Exactly. If we stay in our lane, we stay with what we know and share that love, share that passion. I think if we spend more time sharing and building up other people with what we know and what we can do and what we can share, that's about all we can do. And with that, let's tie some flies. Let's move on. Let's move forward and tie some flies. So let's head over to the bench. Slide that camera over through the magic of television. So I've had this material sitting around for a while, and I thought maybe today might be the day that we play with it. And this is some faux bucktail. And I probably lost the package for it. I'll show you the package. Check the floor. Oh, there it is. So this is some fish skull. Faux bucktail. Tapered synthetic fibers. 6-inch charcoal gray. A whole bunch of jibber jabber and a whole bunch of jargon and stuff. So we're gonna mess around with this. I really haven't tied much with it, so here we go. Let's mess around. I'm gonna use a 30. Drop it on the floor. 3366s. Zinga. So I've been working on my little blue inflatable pontoon boat, and unfortunately, she's not quite ship shape yet. She's not sail worthy. Thread. What are we using here? It's 140 denier flat wax thread. And I'm going to start off kind of with a clouser base, clouser feel to it. So we're only going to get a couple of these in. We're going to call this done at around 10 o'clock my time, so I can finish getting ready to hit the water. Alright, if it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. Just a little thread base. I'm going to tie this up kind of like a clouser. Get back up top. Give it that clouser feel. So, how is everybody doing? Let's check in. Looks like we got a couple people. So Jacob, what's going on? How is your world? How's fishing? Are you wishing or are you fishing? Here we go. If it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. Alright, so because I'm going to tie this kind of clouser-ish, and I'm keeping things synthetic, I'm going to go with some crystal flash. And this is going to be our white bucktail, if you will. We're tying a clouser. So I'm just going to take a small batch of that out of there. So the gentleman I'm meeting out on the water this afternoon or this morning is a beginner angler, and it's kind of right now we're at that safety in numbers. You know, it's when you're new to fly fishing, you don't necessarily want to venture out into the water wading around by yourself. Alright, let's just kind of work this back. Alright. We're getting there somewhere. Fishing has been good, especially the bass fishing. It's working on a series of videos of me tying a fly and then catching a fish with it. Isn't that such a great feeling? I love tying a fly and then catching a fish with it. I'm going to add just a little dab of soda on top of this. Just a little splash of bone dry. That'll be fine. Fine, fine. Steve Trybowski, he says he's wishing here, out east. Who else we got in the house? Lee Bowman, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Alright. So now we're going to get to our little faux bucktail. And I don't know. Has anybody tied a fly using faux bucktail? What do you think of this stuff? I don't know if I'm a big fan of it yet. But, you know, I'll have to save my judgment for later. I have to fish it. I'm just going to grab a little sparse piece. Because as we know, sparse is nurse. We'll just lay that out. Kind of like a clouser. It's kind of a rough material to cut. We'll see how this holds together. Alright, let's get up that little ledge. Here we go. Alright, so that is kind of our basic clouser feel to it. So that's going to be Exhibit A. It's going to be test number 1. Almost feel like I could just add another little patch, but I think that might be a little bit too much. I'm more of a sparse as nurse kind of guy. Let's keep it sparse, let's keep it nurse. Throw a quick whip finish on there. And I actually am using two different scissors here. It's hard hard to distinguish the difference, but one is a pair of Dr. Slicks and one is, this is actually my first pair of scissors I got when I started fly tying. And it's got a little bit of red on it. And I've been using this to chomp on this synthetic material. Alright, Jacob, you go play with some hound dogs. Oh, alright, buddy, you be good. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay healthy out there. Happy tying and Daylines. See you later. Alright, let's throw a little dab of Solars. A little bone dry. This big head up front so we can use our brush. Just a couple little dots on there, and that is gonna be good. Good to go. Boy, that's bright. So we are going to take this one out to the water today. I like that one. This is one I tied first thing this morning with red eyes, and I added some black to the head up front. But I kind of like that one, keeping it white and clear up front. Let's try another one, something similar. But you know me, I really don't like tying too many flies exactly the same, especially when we're just having fun like this. I mean, if I'm tying a dozen whatever for whoever, yeah, I'm going to tie them all the same. But for me, I really just enjoy this freedom. I enjoy the creativity. You know, if I can't be free anywhere else but my bench, then, you know, here I am. Here we are. Let's try this again. I'm going to throw some more dumbbell eyes on there. Let's do the red eyes on this one, because I actually have some dubbing off to the side that I wanted to try using. Tie this about the same, but at the end we're going to add some dubbing up front around the eyes. It's kind of a buggy dub. Still want to keep things sparse, so I don't want to use all this. It is going to double over. We are going to multiply by dividing. You know it and I know it. Synthetic materials are rough on scissors. Tie that for free. Even crystal flash, you kind of a synthetic material. dab of solar as bone dry. Where'd we put you? There you are. So how many pairs of scissors do you have on your bench at the ready to snip it at a moment's notice? I have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 kind of working fly tying scissors, and then I have a big pair of like, I don't know, whatever you want to call those. Just big scissors. I've got other little nippers and snippers around, but I usually have the 4. I've got two Dr. Slick razors. One's kind of a longer blade, and then the other. I like those razors. And then just a regular pair of slicks, just the serrated on. I think it's serrated on one side. Yeah, serrated on the one side. And then just kind of the generic same thing that came with my beginners. But, you know, when I tied flies for quite some times, you know, I thought I was nice and precise, but look how much smaller the tip is. You really get down to it. And, you know, I was using these, I tied probably a few thousand flies with these scissors. And I've taken them in a few times by now to get them sharpened over the years, but... And then, you know, as you know, I don't helicopter or anything like that. I use my nippers for that. All right, let's flip this over. We're gonna get this underside done. And this is that fish skull faux bucktail. The Fox, F-A-U-X. Nice long length. I mean, 6 inches is, I mean, if I was tying, you know, I don't know, something else, then I needed the full length of the entire buffalo. Alright, let's set that right on top. And I'm going to actually go underneath, because I'm going to wrap around these eyes with some dubbing. So that's gonna get put in the mix anyways. One thing it does not do is it does not compress. Not like regular bucktail. Alright. Go ahead and just set this right side up now. And I wanted to do a dubbing loop. Dubbing loop, dubbing loop. Get some thread. Oh, that looks pretty good. Alright, wax that line. Steve has about 8 pairs of scissors, and they all serve their purpose. I mean, it's not like you went out and bought all 8 at once. I didn't buy all of mine at once. Well, I did buy 6, 8. I did buy a dozen at once for the fly tying school, for the kits, for everybody else to use. Alright, so for my dubbing, I have, this is some Fly Tyers Dungeon. This is Kraken Dub Silver Minnow. We're going to just put a little bit of this in our loop. And it's kind of flashy. And it also has some kind of black, kind of micro rubber legs, micro elastic. So I'm just going to take a second and just start orienting these. And I'm not going to use half of this. Maybe I might use half of it. Throw all of it in there. No, we're going to keep it a little sparser. This should help us come out with something relatively cool. Alright, so yeah, that's about twice as much as what I need for an effective loop. Just going to spread that out on my fingertips. Insert dubbing into said loop. Alright, let's spread this all out. Make it nice and even. Sparse as narce. Alright, here we go. This is my favorite part. Whoa! Because I know I got some material. There we go. Alright, we got our dubbing loop looped. Loop-de-loop. We'll brush this out with our Velcro. Quite a bit off picking that out, but that's alright. Let's take a few wraps up front. And I suppose... Oh no, we lost it. Let's regain our loop. Back this up one wrap, because I want it to just crisscross, make you want to jump. Yeah, who knows? It's something different. Let's just wipe this down. Where'd the finish go? There we are. So yeah, we're going to be chasing some smallmouth this morning. And I'm just really looking forward to getting out on the water. It was a bittersweet weekend. Friday was my wife and I, we celebrated 16 years of wonderful wedded bliss. And, you know, it's kind of hard to celebrate. And, I don't know, our first anniversary we celebrated with me in Iraq, so... I don't know. We're not strangers to adversity and different unusual circumstances. So I don't know. Let's take a sip of coffee here. How are we looking for time? 9:30. I think we're doing good. Maybe I think we might just tie one with just this dubbing. Maybe we'll go a little bit smaller and without any weight. that out. Take it out, and then we'll just find our brush. It's not so picky. Alright. So I kind of like that, but I think maybe on our next one we're going to push this dubbing back just a little bit. Steve Trybowski, we had some issues last weekend. 30 years for us. Yeah, 30 years. Wow. That is the golden standard. Cool. I like that one. Awesome. 30 years. Maybe instead of lead eyes, I do want to keep adding just a little bit of weight. My brain tells me to add weight to these. I don't know why. So I'm just going to use some, what do I got? 200ths lead free wire. This isn't a ton of weight, but it's not nothing.